Alright guys, I'm here. It's next day. It's actually noon exactly. So yeah, didn't end up recording last night. Ended up getting busy editing the video and got it done, but it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, we're back. So I think we're done, right? Yeah, we're gonna move on. Again, we're at the end. We're towards the end of the game. In an ideal world, we finish it tonight, or today,
Are you all
in the
right?
course of today. But
I'm fine.
we'll see.
We have to hurry back to the Kunad Gate. We're going back there again? Do you know what we can do about it, Mother? Yes. We must get rid of the entanglements in the Kunad Gate, or the world will eventually be destroyed.
Entanglements? What are they?
We should head to the Kunad Gate before I explain it further.
Okay, then we'll go to the Kunad Highway. Everyone get ready. Mom, you can have a seat here.
Thank you. You got so big.
Huh? That was sudden.
You joined the OSF. How's Kaito? Are you getting along with your older brother?
He's good. We don't really get along anymore.
Oh. Can you tell me what's happening in your time, in the present?
And that's basically it. The only other thing is the existence of the Kunad Gate.
Thank you. Along with Babe's data, I think I understand a lot now. Are we almost ready to leave?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah, I am gonna listen
Mom?
to the RGP
You're just like your father.
live feed update at some point.
No, Kaito is the one who looks like Dad.
Which I'm part of the way through.
Actually,
right?
people tell me I'm not much like him.
I'm not talking about your face. It's how you act. Yuito, about your father... I'm sorry I didn't tell you what he was doing. He did awful things, but it was him that saved me from Togetsu. He was kind. Kaito said he would change this country too. He's wanted to be a politician ever since he was little. But I guess he could only take your father's path as well.
Kaito did, but
It's all right. You and Kaito are your fathers and my children. I know you'll make up someday.
Right.
That's where they're getting a near automata anime. I love how Rockstar just puts out a tweet saying, "Hey, we're making GTA 6," and everyone freaks
Things are
out.
moving fast,
It's like, no
but
fucking
I'm
shit.
hoping you can tell us how to deal with the Kunad Gate. You said something about entanglements?
Ultimately, Yuito and Kasane have to enter the Kunad Gate and unravel the entanglements. What I'm telling you here is just a concept. The traces interfering with time should look like tangled red threads. According to Togetsu's theory, whenever you jump through time, a dimensional hole like the Kunad Gate is created, but it should then disappear. The reason this hasn't disappeared is because Yuito and Kasane's powers resonated. The Kunad Gate is different from the theorized gates in that it's persisting in a distorted state. Using a distorted gate for a time jump creates entanglements. If you can unravel those entanglements, you can close the Kunad Gate.
Distorted? I don't really get it yet. But when you say enter the Kunad Gate, do you mean go into that hole in the sky?
That strange space. Is it inside the Kunad Gate? You saw it too, when the gate first opened.
Oh, that place with all the weird images?
That's right. That strange space that Kasane mentioned exists inside the Kunad Gate. It is a concept of space that only exists for those with the red string's power. Togetsu called it the Chronos Terminal.
Perhaps it's a kind of station, or junction point, for traveling through time.
So only Yuito and Kasane can perceive it. I guess that explains why we didn't notice it when we jumped to the future.
When there is time contact between 2020, when
Yeah,
the
in
gate
an
was
ideal
made,
world, we would
and
finish
another
this.
time, entanglements are created.
So, yeah.
Time contact? Is that any different from time travel?
It's a broader definition of time travel. Even if you don't arrive at that time, even if you just attempt. Basically, if someone with the red string's power even touches that time, there's a trace. That is time contact. The only way to actually see which times have entanglements is for the two of you to go and check for yourselves.
So I guess the only thing we can do is leave it to Yuito and Kasane.
Even if we find the entanglements, we won't know how to unravel them until we see them.
The Chronos Terminal is conceptualized by your powers, so you'll know how to unravel them. Not with reason, but with intuition. Also, I'm weak, but I can use the red strings, so I'll support you from here.
Okay, so we just need to use the red strings again and enter the Chronos Terminal.
I'm going with you this time.
You don't know what kind of dangers will be there. Make sure you're ready before you go.
If it gets dangerous, you both come right back.
Don't worry, we will. Just take care of my mother. Keep her safe.
It's all right. Don't worry. We will protect Wakana.
All right, we don't have much time. Let me know when you're ready.
Mom, I saw you again after all these years, but we haven't really talked. I get that the situation won't allow it, but...
Okay. Just wait a second. Just gonna get the podcast back up.
In the game. In terms of targets, Todd is targeting
Oh, we're just talking to her?
Catan. That's who he wants out.
Is this
They
like a
do
point of no
not
return?
like each other.
The best thing would be if in the middle of all this heat, the two middle people, one of them wins power and targets the other. I would be floored. That'd be so funny. But yeah, apparently the two of them don't gel well at all. You know, what was funny is last...
Good to go,
Chris and
Kasane?
Most
Todd?
of them, at least, in
I'm
the
ready.
game.
Focus your consciousness together.
In terms of targets,
Picture
Todd
the
is
site of the Chronos Terminal.
targeting Catan. That's who he
To the
wants
Chronos
out.
Terminal.
We will unravel those entanglements.
They do not like each other.
The best thing would be if in the middle of all this heat, the two middle people, one of them wins power and targets the other. I would be floored. That'd be so funny. But yeah, apparently the two of them don't gel well at all. You know, what was funny
like
is last night in the
we
episode,
actually
Chris
made it.
Catan had that confessional where he talked about how
Are
he
each
doesn't
of
really
those
like
images
Todd.
connected to different
Just
times?
pause real quick.
We can't just stand around. We have to search for the entanglements.
I guess it's nothing new when it's your third time. So, how do we find them? I don't feel anything yet.
This is... It must be Mother.
Is she guiding us? Let's go! Others?
How are they inside the Chronos Terminal?
Calm down. That place is built from your consciousness. It's an imaginary world. It is a very unstable place. Your fear and anxiety, all of your emotions affected. The memories of your past made others appear.
So basically, you're saying that these others were created by our mental immaturity.
That makes us sound pretty lame. But if we made them, we can take them down too.
I know the two of you can handle it, but be careful.
Oh,
So
shit.
if our consciousness has made it, is this other an illusion? It sure looks real.
As long as your brain thinks
And then he said, "I'm kidding." Liana was like, "I don't think he's kidding, you know." And I think we're seeing
Is he
that
joking?
here.
I don't know, right?
You never know with Chris Catan.
Yeah, so Todd is targeting Catan. He's really trying to push that out there. There was a group conversation with this side where they were kind of talking about targets, and he was like, you know who I think is really smart and that we should target? Chris Kattan is a lot smarter than we think. He's dangerous in this. And they were like,
You mean the guy that called Lamar Odom LeBron James? You mean that
Yes.
guy?
Not only called him, I think genuinely thought he was LeBron James.
Yeah. That guy, the same guy who called Teddy Cruella. Like, this is the genius of the cast. None of us are safe.
Yeah. So that's where Todd stands. Misha and Todrick are pretty much straight up targeting Carson. When Todd was trying to push Kattan, Misha was pushing Carson as a big threat. He did very well in the veto competition, and they're using that as kind of like, hey, this guy's a threat. He's dangerous in this game. He's very smart. He's very social. If we don't get him out, he's going to win. And Carson seems to be the big kind of minority target in the house right now. In the sense that he is in the minority and he is being targeted by the majority. So Misha and Todrick in particular, again, as well, talking about, I gotta get this guy. If I don't get him out, he's gonna get me out. He's locked into that sort of mindset, and he seems very dedicated to trying to take out Carson before Carson can take him out. We can, I think, assume that Lamar is on board with them, that he would target either Carson or perhaps Kattan, if he's feeling tighter with Todd and is more on board with that. I'm not sure because Lamar did not talk much game last night, especially not about who he might target. Chris Kirkpatrick may target Mirai, since he wants Mirai out so much. When talking to Misha, sort of like the consolation about, hey, you will help us keep Misha now, but if you win, you can take her out next week. Don't worry about it. So that will likely be an option for him.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but I can feel it. This is definitely it. If we want to successfully unravel this, then I'm betting that we have to use the red strings, our power.
Yes, I feel it too. We should be able to make this work.
Another one!
Let's hold it off while we unravel the entanglement.
Although I would expect that Misha and Todrick will continue to push, like, let's wait one more week. What about Carson right now? So I would expect that Chris Kirkpatrick would likely either target Mirai or Carson or Kattan, depending on where that week goes. Carson seems to be targeting just the other side, Misha, perhaps Mirai. They don't seem to be huge fans of her, or Todrick at this point. Not entirely sure. They haven't really talked about targets, but it would certainly be somebody from that side, but probably excluding people like Lamar or Todd. And then Cynthia, pretty similar, probably Misha or Mirai or Chris Kirkpatrick even, or even Todrick, depending. When she was talking about options for nominations, she did mention Todrick and Chris Kirkpatrick. Chris Kirkpatrick would be kind of a mistake given that he's theoretically a swing vote here, whereas Todrick is like a locked-in vote against Teddy if she's trying to do votes there. But of course, when she mentions Todrick and Chris Kirkpatrick as nominations for the box, she can't nominate Misha or Mirai at that point because Misha's HOH and Mirai's already nominated.
Make the
So
gate disappear.
Hey, Kasane. That day, I never got the chance to thank you properly. So, thank you for saving me.
What? That came out of nowhere.
You were the one that saved me 11 years ago at the hospital, right? I remember it perfectly now. I used to be a dud, and then all of a sudden I had powers. My power awakening? I think it was because you shared yours with me.
What? Powers aren't something you can just share.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying sounds silly, but if it were possible, it was thanks to meeting you that day that I'm still alive, and have reached my goal of getting into the OSF. That's what I think, so thanks for saving me.
You're welcome. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
You look totally confused, but that's okay. I think it's unraveled now. Everyone is probably worried about us.
Mother's power. I can still feel it.
So, there's more than one entanglement?
If so, it's simple. We just have to unravel all of them.
Right. Okay, let's go.
We did unravel that entanglement.
They would still, I think, be theoretical options for her if she were to win HOH next week and have all of them as options. Again, Todrick may be safe if she feels reluctant to nominate another black player, but I'm not sure how much of that exists there, considering that he was brought up as an option.
Yeah, and I think that that's what's making this interesting for me right now, is that there are, quote, two sides, but there's also enough people undecided / in the middle that if either side wins, we could see a combination of someone from the middle and someone from the other side go up. We could see two people from the middle go up. There's so many different variations of how this could go down that intrigues me deeply. And I kind of love going into this morning even that just given what we've seen, there's a lot of, evidence proving this, but then also evidence proving that. So there's a lot of debate going on, and there's a lot of uncertainty going on. So I love all of that. And I think ultimately, whoever wins this HOH tonight could set pretty much the rest of the season. I think tonight's HOH now has become the most important HOH of this season in particular.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple, maybe a small amount of players left that I would say if they won, they could probably set up some kind of structure. But in general, it's looking pretty nebulous, looking a little bit like nobody's quite good enough to build something that's going to last in this house. But we will see. So that's kind of where things stand, as much as we can possibly get that. There were a couple of conversations, primarily with to do with some of this drama that happened last night that are worth getting into. The Todrick and Teddy one, as I mentioned, they got into it about some of the drama that happened, but the feeds were cutting a lot during the conversation, so we didn't learn a ton. But he did explain to Teddy about, like, hey, what happened with the Alliance and how he wasn't comfortable with them being brought in and why he decided to go to the other side, essentially. Teddy relayed that information to Carson, Cynthia, and Shayna. They already kind of knew, but she was really painting it particularly, bad for Todrick. Like that.
That would just create new entanglements, though, wouldn't it?
I mean, after the Kunad Gate is gone. If you could use the red strings freely.
Well, yeah. I mean, sure, I've thought about it. If I had done this or hadn't done that, something would have changed. All those regrets are still there. When Nagi asked, what should I have done differently, I just couldn't come up with an answer.
So, do you want to use the red strings to change the past?
No, I don't. Because even if you change the past, you won't know how it will affect the future. Nagi might not have gotten caught up in all of this if he wasn't my friend. If he hadn't joined the OSF, if he didn't admire them, if I mess with the past that much and just overwrite his life, is that really saving him? And it's not just Nagi. If you change the past, it would affect the lives of everyone in the world.
It's not something that one person can burden themselves with.
I don't think it's right to only care about what you wish. There's a lot that I still can't accept. But it's not something that I can just ignore as if it didn't happen.
I know it was a silly question. I'm actually surprised. Or maybe I'm just relieved. Because now I know I'm not the only one having these thoughts.
Oh.
Before, I would have answered differently. But now that I've met everyone, the way I see the world has changed.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's the same for me. You know, we actually have a lot in common.
I think it's a little early to say that.
This is Mom's... There's still an entanglement?
But all the time periods we traveled to. No, now's not the time to think about it. Can you keep going?
I'll be okay. I'm probably just a little tired from using my brain too much.
We should hurry.
You only traveled to those 2 times, right?
He was saying that I was too close to you guys, and so he needed me out. And they're all kind of like trash talking Todrick. Shayna being pretty quiet. But primarily, what Cynthia gets out of this is that Todrick will want to target her. Because she's too close to Carson. Because that's what sort of Todrick keeps saying, essentially, not realizing that Todrick is like just fully wanting Carson gone. And I'm not sure that anybody realizes that yet. Who's not?
Awesome. Karen?
What? How?
Former Major General Karen.
So they're going to keep coming.
We need to unravel the entanglement.
On Todrick's side, Carson included. And so that's kind of where things stand there. So that the remnants of formation, not pleased with Todrick abandoning them, but also, again, not really talking about targeting him. Teddy talked about potentially targeting him if she stayed. That doesn't seem likely. And on the other side of things, Carson, I think, still feels like he does have enough of a connection to Todrick that he may decide to leave Todrick alone and go after some of the people around him. And then, again, Cynthia may do the same, but it's unclear yet, if that would happen. And Todrick seems to be continuing to dig himself deeper and deeper holes. So, things could change by the time they have to make that decision.
Yeah, what's interesting with the Teddy and Todrick conversation, first of all, that was like, 15 minutes into the feeds we got that, which was gold. It was so good. Again, it got cut too much, but everything that Teddy relayed pretty much is what Todrick said. There were moments where Teddy was essentially telling Todrick, listen, I'm fine with everything you did. Just admit you're here to win. Like, I am cool with this. Just admit that you're, trying to play cutthroat, you're trying to get a win here. And Todrick said, I can't do that because that's not who I am. That's not my essence. Another part of the night, Todrick talked about how, like, his type of celebrity, like, he has to play an honest game because the internet will take him to task. Some of you, Beyonce, if she said anything, no one's going to say anything. If I say, I was like, listen, first of all, don't bring up Beyonce in the same conversation. How rude. But then it's and then that wasn't even the word. Then he tried to talk to Carson later, which we've kind of like brought up, but Carson did not want to be in this conversation, and it was in the bathroom. He was basically trapped. Chris Kattan couldn't save him. Shayna came and
Okay, that should...
Yuito? This is bad. I don't think I can take much more either.
So, did we do it? That should be all of them, right?
Probably, but something doesn't feel right. Karen and Yakumo Sumeragi. What happened to them?
Damn it. I'm blacking.
Yuito, Kasane.
Mom?
Mother.
Where am I?
Oh, good. You're awake.
Actually, we're 2 weeks away from Horizon.
Seems like we made it back.
Aren't we?
What's going on? The Kunad Gate... Why hasn't it disappeared?
Well...
Good job, you two. It's all okay now.
What? But...
Mother, we unraveled the entanglements. So why?
Leave the rest to me.
What?
Thank you for growing up so strong. You've made a lot of wonderful friends. Those connections are much more valuable than any red string. Treasure them for the rest of your life.
Mother?
Mom. You can't go back to the past.
If you go back, Toketsu will...
It has to be done. Forgive me. The longer I remain here, the more painful it will be.
No, hold on! There's still so much that I need to say!
Mother!
Yuito. Kasane. Live on. Knowing you're happy is all that I could ask for. So today is the day. I may give you my brain, but you can't have my memories of the future. Kaito. Yuito. Kasane.
The body has been confirmed as the target, Wakana. Current theory for cause of death is cerebral overload due to a malfunction in the personality rehabilitation device. We believe an irreversible memory wipe was conducted. There is significant damage to the memory regions in her brain. Following protocol and retrieving her brain.
I see. There was an entanglement from when Mom time traveled.
Mother. She explained it to us earlier when the two of you were gone. The Kunad Gate wouldn't disappear as long as she was still present in this time.
We have a message she left for the two of you. Let me send it to you now.
Alright, what are we doing? Oh shit. Game?
She held back her feelings so she could part with you with no regrets. She's a great person.
Wakana knew from the start that she was causing an entanglement.
God damn it.
Apparently, the entanglement will unravel when Wakana returns to the past and dies like she did in history.
I know she would have wanted to talk to the both of you some more, but she thought spending more time with you would only make things more painful.
I'll be like, I don't care enough to it. Like to talk to all these people. They're not they're not adding anything. Wait, what am I doing? Am I supposed to talk to Kasane or something? I assume that's what I'm supposed to do then.
The uneasy feeling I had when we unraveled the entanglements 11 years ago was because Mother's entanglement still remained.
Or not? What am I supposed to do?
I'm sorry. I know this hits the two of you harder than anyone else, and I'm here crying.
We'll lose her.
Hey, don't be so down. I'm not saying that because I'm worried about you. I said that because it affects platoon morale.
I know she would have wanted to talk to the both of you some more.
What am I I not talk to?
Wakana wasn't from.
There we go. Oh, I guess you do have to talk to everyone then.
Strange. Wakana has returned, so how come it didn't disappear? Have all the entanglements truly been unraveled?
All the entanglements we felt we unraveled. The ones 11 years ago, 50 years in the future, and the one during Yakumo Sumeragi's time period.
What? What does Yakumo Sumeragi's time period have to do with anything?
I think one formed when we witnessed Yakumo's assassination.
What are you talking about? Yakumo was severely injured in an accident, but he wasn't assassinated.
We don't really understand it either, but we saw Yakumo Sumeragi being killed by Karin.
What did you say?
We were busy dealing with the entanglement, but yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that that was former Major General Karin.
He copied Kasane's power. Yuito, if he also copied your power.
I had this song stuck in my head yesterday.
But he didn't copy
for whatever reason.
He could have time traveled by resonating Kasane's power with mine.
So it hasn't disappeared because of the entanglement Karin created when he traveled back to Yakumo's time period?
But the two of you couldn't find an entanglement. How do you expect to unravel something you can't find?
Karin can unravel his own entanglement.
Yes, exactly. The only thing we can do is take Karin to the Chronos terminal and have him unravel the entanglement himself.
Wataru, can you check Karin's location?
I figured you'd ask, so I've been working on it. I've got nothing. I can't find him at all. It's like he's disappeared.
Supposing that he's traveled to Yakumo's time period, that would mean he's in the past. That's where you're going to find him.
Are you too sure the people you saw were really Karin and Yakumo?
We're sure. We could see their faces clearly. Actually, we only saw Karin's face.
But that was Yakumo. I mean, he had the same mask on as all the depictions of him.
Yes, that's it, the mask. That explains everything.
Kagero, explain.
Whoa, Tsugumi, calm down. So, you know how Yakumo started wearing the mask because of the injuries he sustained? Rumor was, sometime after the accident, he suddenly stopped appearing in front of people and his whole personality just changed.
Whole personality changed? You're not suggesting...
The real Yakumo was assassinated by Karin from the future, and Karin took his place by putting on the mask?
It doesn't matter. Either way, we still need to travel back to 2,000 years ago to check.
Actually, no. We might not have to travel at all. You all saw my brother's video, right? Don't you remember what he said?
Yakumo Sumeragi is alive!
What are you...
He is asleep, deep beneath Suo. Even now, he is waiting for his revenge!
Right. Cold sleep. Just like Kagero.
If Yakumo is in cold sleep under Suo, then we can find out the truth by meeting him directly. If former Major General Karin replaced him, then he'll be the one down there in cold sleep. I'm not entirely certain as to why he did what he did, but we can talk to him and have him help us unravel the entanglement.
Do we know where he's sleeping, though? I mean, Arahabaki is the only area I can think of that's under Suo.
I mean, Sumeragi Tomb is the first place I thought of where Yakumo would be. Do you think he would really be in such a heavily trafficked place, though?
How about it, Yuito? It's your family's tomb.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I've never even been inside the building before. The head of the family is responsible for watching over Sumeragi Tomb. I might be able to find something out if I talk to my brother.
The chief. Do you think he'll listen to us?
Actually, I've been trying to reach my brother's terminal, but I'm not getting through. There's a chance he might have blocked me. Wataru, can you ask Major General Fubuki to talk to my brother? I doubt he'd refuse a call from a Major General.
Okay, leave it to me. I just don't know how soon I'll get a response.
Wanna stop by our hideout then? I'm sure Yuito and Kasane could use the rest.
Good idea. It would be smart to rest while we can.
Thanks, Gil.
So this is okay.
All right, let's
This is
head
gonna be
back.
standby phase. Interesting. So that was a short chapter.
Welcome back. I messaged Major General Fubuki. He said it might take some time to get in touch with the chief.
Thanks, Wataru.
I also asked about Major General Karen, but apparently Major General Fubuki doesn't know anything either.
I see. Then I guess he really is in the past.
We don't have any other leads at the moment, so let's hope he's in Sumeragi Tomb.
Alright. So this is the final standby
I feel
phase.
like I need to talk to Kasane more.
Fuck, everyone has. There's 3. Should I try to do them here? 4, 5, 5, 6. Nah, there's no way I can. Alright, we'll end here. I'll do another one. Oh shit, no, I meant to do. I meant to do this first. Actually, there's new items. Oh, that's so expensive though, but I mean, that's actually... Oh, wait. I can't afford it though, for everyone, can I? And it's like everyone has like a better weapon now. Ooh, there's like... shit. No. Okay. Well, we'll obviously buy the stronger weapon for us. Wait, is there a stronger weapon? Yeah, there's. Oh, we were already doing that. So we don't have enough money for that. And well, we're mostly using those two, right? Alright, so is that the one? Yeah, okay. Oh, so that's actually a decent amount powerful. More powerful, I mean. So health, power. That was defense. Should I buy a better defense one then? Oh, I don't have the money. Shit. I'm an idiot. Well, actually, let's see what we can sell. That's what I'm using. Still not enough. Wait, whoa, that's a lot. Alright, let's just summon those. And then buy that. Alright, so you can do. Actually, I should. I might as well listen to podcasts while I'm doing this.
Shayna couldn't save him until eventually Carson was able to slip away. I think the best thing Todrick could have done is maybe not do anything. But he's doing everything, and he's doing a lot of it. Now, you know, we're talking about maybe he won't get targeted. Maybe they'll go for, like, the pieces around him. But if he keeps talking a lot, I feel like he could be a casualty relatively soon. So, can he save himself? I don't know. But right now, he's doing too much that isn't saving himself.
Yeah, so Todrick tries to explain to Carson what happened, why he decided to essentially jump ship. And it's the same story. You know, Cynthia blabbed about her alliance, which I was not cool with. Then we brought these two people in to the people that were blabbed to, and I was not cool with them. And then I saw you getting really tight with Teddy, and I felt left out. And so I felt like I did what I needed to do in this game. And he mentions that, you know, he lives on social media. It's very important for his reputation to be clean through this. And that he needs this game. He needs the win. He needs the money. He needs the whatever, right? By winning this game. Carson is hearing him out, but very clearly, like, I just wish that you would come to me. I just, like, Carson's like, look, I came here to have some fun. I got all my people together. I thought we were all just gonna, like, hang out, work together. And, you know, look, I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need to win. I don't need to, I don't need this like you need this. I want you to win. I want you to be successful, all right? And Todrick's like, that's great, but here's why I did all this, and here's the thing here, and Carson's like, yeah, I just wish that you would come to me earlier. Like, yeah, but here's why I did this, and here's why I did this. And Carson reiterates again, like, after Todrick has said, I need this, Carson says, look, I don't need this. So, you know, I'm not going to be doing whatever I have to do to win, like some people might do. And
once here.
Getting a little
Next
bit
episode, do the
as
standby phase. And we will try to wrap up the game soon. Yeah, thank you for watching.